Addiction loves to isolate. It wants that individual to be by himself. That's how the disease grows. It manifests itself in the mind and the brain. When someone, a human being, starts to feel the connection of another individual, they start to heal. Love is what heals, and that's Valley Hope's philosophy. It's just what heals individuals.
Making the phone call and that first step is really key. And there's estimates that only about 10% of people with addiction actually even reach out for help. There's plenty of science behind it to prove that it's a disease. I mean, you can see functional brain changes, physical brain changes actually in people with addiction.
The monster of addiction, it changes the way you think. What becomes normal to you is not normal. I knew I was in trouble, but I didn't know what to do about it.
I didn't understand why I needed to have alcohol prior to doing anything. I couldn't do basic functions that my friends were doing. I didn't realize then that it was a disease and that I needed help to get out of that disease. I was going to have to address something, and I didn't want to.
My pride was still running the show, and left Valley Hope against advice from staff. I experienced enough pain and suffering finally, and was back pretty quick. The evening of June 3rd, 21, I pretty much crawled through those doors.
And that moment is a really key moment when they finally go, I need help. Those moments are huge.
And to see that patient walk in, and they're almost soulless. They've got circles under their eyes are not shining. And within 5 days, we start to see this person come to life. There is nothing better than to watch a person come to life.
You're walking away from family who are frustrated. Your friends have probably left you to the wayside because you can't get it together. And then you walk into a place where you are not judged. They know why you're here. They already know that you are struggling. I believe we are that hug that you need. We are that hand on the back to just guide you to the next stage because, one, we believe that you can do it. We believe in yourself probably more on most days than you believe in yourself.
I walk back in there, and, this time I'm a big gash on my head and pretty beat up, but all it was just nothing but compassion. And hey, you're back where you need to be. For me, it's been redemption.
These people didn't know me at all, but the welcome that I got was incredible. I wasn't wandering around going, where do I put my stuff? What do I do? It was like laid out for me so that I didn't have to think, I just had to do.
Withdrawal is a miserable process, regardless of the substance you're coming off of, and so we do our best medically to treat that patient appropriately, but it's more than just handing them a pill.
It's a multidisciplinary approach. And so counselors, along with the clinical program director, we've got nursing involved, so we've got the medical aspect, we've got the clinical aspect, and then we also have the spiritual aspect, our chaplains.
I think the biggest key is I started talking to God. The minute that I stopped fighting that and just went like this, everything changed.
Valley Hope is a doorway. It is a doorway into a life that most people can't even picture for themselves.
There's a whole nother life out there if you want it. I can tell you I've sat where you're sitting. I have had those feelings. I've been ready to give up. And there is a whole nother way. And it's indescribable. Anything that's worth doing, anything that's great, it all starts with hope.